Mando. We give thanks to God Almighty for what has been an amazing year. Every moment, the highs and the lows, God has shown His faithfulness and we remain encouraged and resolute that He is the one charting our course and we shall surely get to our destination. But in a bid to make the journey to the destination smoother, we must be prepared to meet the opportune moments so that we are successful. We must be prepared to move from an entitlement mindset to a faith and works mindset. We would prefer if we could choose that breakthrough and progress meets us while we are standing still and the manifestation comes upon us simply like that. But the truth is, this kingdom suffers violence, and we must be of the violent faith to take back our kingdom. When we look at animals, like the eagle, it sheds its feathers. Shedding is nature's way of preparing the bird for a season of changes and growth. By shedding the outer layer, they are able to grow bigger and achieve greater heights. Shakiri, we are being prepared for our next stage. We are shedding our old feathers. We are preparing. We are preparing to soar to higher heights. But we must ask ourselves one critical question so we do not miss this opportunity. If things are going terribly wrong in our society, we must be willing to admit that God is speaking to us through those unpleasant circumstances. He is trying to tell us that our usual ways of doing things, politically, religiously, traditionally, culturally, and so on, are the things that are preventing us from moving forward. Sentiment is a powerful thing, but where it doesn't take us forward, we must do away with it. God is doing a new thing in our lives, in our kingdom and in our country. We must drop the weight of sentiment and status quo and open ourselves to lifelines that chart a new path. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it. We must drop our hurts and our resentment and our suspicions of each other so that healing can be released. We must learn to trust again and not insist that if it is not me who does it, then nobody will do it, or it will not work, or I will not agree. We must give hope a chance. We must give progress a chance. I want to speak to our youth. God has blessed us with creativity and energy, and we must not waste it. In the coming months, we will be coming up with changes that will heavily involve our younger minds. The future is now. It is time for our youth to step up and be given a chance to prove that they are more than capable to be kingdom changers. I want to use this yet again to encourage all our people to go back to their hometowns and their communities. While we may all have the desire to establish presence at this grassroots level, it is time to begin to put our thoughts into action. This is the reason why I am taking time to visit each community that is on duty. I want to feel and experience the entire terrain that is this kingdom. I want to practice what I preach. And I want all our people to know that no matter how well we have fared abroad, there is no place like home. From the first time since I went to Olu of Warri in 1987, during the coronation of Olu the second, I finally spent the night in Olu of Warri this past night. It was one of the best night rests I have ever had. I woke up rejuvenated and inspired. And I took a walk this morning before most of the town even woke up. And for those of you who know about smartwatches, I walked 8,000 steps this morning. I was literally walking through the bush and I felt God's presence. I have never seen dew cover the earth the way I saw it this morning. I walked all the way to the bridge that is yet to properly land. And I climbed the ladder that was there and I got to the top of that bridge. And I looked behind me and I saw how beautiful this land is. And it really occurred to me that God has been saving our progress and our development for this time. He has kept us hidden. He has kept us in a cooler. And the dew just made me feel it is time for the contents of that cooler to come out. I will be visiting frequently and spending more nights in Olu of Warri going forward. And I will expect that all chiefs have at least a presence in at least one of the several communities that may be home to them. The same, I want to speak concerning the ceremonies in our community, using burials as an example. We should desist from turning our riverine communities into burial grounds by simply committing the dead into the ground in the local community and rushing off to the closest urban area to conclude affairs. We must take advantage of every opportunity we can to attract life to all our communities. The best minds of Olu of Warri cannot be complaining from the comfort of urban areas and wondering why the quality of life and thoughts that comes from our people in the ground is not one that they are proud of. Those that live in the urban areas should celebrate the courage and the commitment of our people who, against all odds, remain in the villages. And at the same time, as we are encouraging urban to rural migration, I urge those on the ground in the riverine areas to be accommodating and welcoming to those who are bold enough to heed the call to return back to the creeks. We are the ones who must make our own environments to be conducive to the growth that we desire. And this still goes back to us healing and letting go of any bitterment, resentment, or any sense of abandonment. It is time to let these negative energies go. Leading from the front, I will establish presence in the riverine area away from Ode Shekiri. Uborodo people are advocating, and recently the Ile people are insisting that they should be the first partakers. But as I make these developments and I put down roots across this kingdom, I will expect that those who have the means to put up structures, however small, are quick to follow my lead. We have spent enough time identifying and over-analyzing our problems. Now we are moving to take whatever little active steps we have to do what needs to be done. We will be bold and we will get to doing the hard work of thinking and planning. We will be coming up with a plan that is kingdom-focused, one that has the collective development of our kingdom at the forefront. The resources may be limited, but we will be strategic and efficient in our planning and our approach, so that there is no corner of our kingdom that is left behind. A kingdom of fair consideration, a kingdom of equity. This is the reason why it is called a kingdom. Not simply because it is ruled by a king, but more importantly, it is the king that has dominion. And this dominion is a life-giving one. It is one that builds on the vision that God has given the king, so it becomes a reality in the lives of his people. I know many of us have strong opinions as to how they feel the developmental efforts should go. And so I invite everyone to bring their ideas as we create this developmental plan, so we can give fair consideration to the best contributions and present a unified kingdom vision, a unified kingdom model, a unified kingdom approach. And I assure you that while we will be peaceful, lawful, and reasonable in our approach, we will not concede any of our land to illegal encroachment. This throne will align with laws that support God's law. And in doing so, there will proceed thoughts and words. The words and thoughts from this thronal interaction will become life-giving laws, which will serve as the ground for this reign. And anything that comes from this beautiful place can only manifest the same for our own lives. It is in this place that we shall get the source of our inspiration for the vision of our reign. We are already a beautiful people, but we shall place emphasis on becoming a people that have respect for God, a people that have respect for life, a people that have respect for elders, a people that celebrate hard work, productivity, righteousness, and justice. These are the things that will enable us to effortlessly attain the destiny that God originally designated for us. Nipa Orishe, Shekiri Igba Wenogwa. Orishe Bo no Dosangwa.